What's going on, True Soldiers? It's LeBradford here, aka King Truth and True Soldiers Education. And today we're going to be speaking on our 10th and final principle in this two-part series, reaching your peak through a growth mindset. And that principle is systems, Fundis, marginal gains, and ARÊTE. Systems, the systems that you need set into place, and the systematic methodological approach that you need in order to reach your peak potential. Fundis, those fundamentals, the foundation that's needed day in and day out in order to reach your peak potential. Marginal gains, making small incremental improvements day in and day out to have a well-rounded engagement in your peak performance. And ARÊTE, the late great Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Therefore, ARÊTE, or to translate that in the best way, excellence and virtue is not an act, but a habit. ARÊTE is not a fireworks display where it bursts and then diminishes, but it's a habitual occurrence. So we'll jump right in with the first facet of this big idea and supreme principle, which is systems. You have to have a systematic methodological approach needed in order to reach your peak potential. Those systems set into place that you see when you look at elite performers and look at their stories and the stories of the coaches and teachers that train them and help mentor them. They have systems that they have set into place to day in and day out reach their peak potential through small marginal gains, incremental improvements needed day in and day out to reach that peak, which will bring us into our second big idea in this final principle, which is Fundis, something I'm big on. So the Fundis are fundamentals that's needed. Eating right, moving, exercising right, and sleeping right. And then your individualized, peculiar, idiosyncratic fundamentals needed that cater to your specific craft or skill or technique or teaching ministry or whatever field you're in. You have to have those fundamentals set into place, those principles, your foundation that's needed to reach your peak potential. In the Bible, it tells a story that a building that's built on a foundation of sand, a not so secure foundation, can be wiped away with the slightest wind that comes through, the first wind that comes through. But a foundation that's built on a solid rock is sturdy and can withstand strong winds and sustain through obstacles and challenges. Also, when you look at the foundation, the principles set into place, along with your morals and values, those fundamentals that's needed, you can gauge and measure how tall a building will be by how deep the foundation is. How deep that foundation is determines how tall that building or that house or building, or better yet, that skyscraper can go. The sky's the limit. So we spoke on the secret sauce of peak performance, which is systems, and also we spoke on fundamentals and marginal gains, which brings us into our last facet of this key principle, which is ARÊTE. If you want to show up and create an excellent peak and then perform at your peak day in and day out, you have to express the highest version of yourself moment to moment to moment, day in, day out, month to month, year to year. And while you're engaging in those performances and giving it your all and giving it your focus and attention, we'll go back and backtrack to the fundamentals. And an important fundamental is sleeping. Elite performers are known to perform better than mundane performers. A big reason is they rejuvenate after those intensive focus modes. They rejuvenate, and they're known to have 5 more hours of sleep a week per week, given mostly in naps, because you have to oscillate. You have to be on and then off, have your focus mode and diffuse mode. So that's the last principle in our 2-part series. 1, learning how to learn and make it stick. 2, reaching your peak through a growth mindset. And in the next seminar, I'll see you where we'll conclude our 2-part series with the essential needed for peak performance, which is, and learning how to learn and make it stick, which is the growth mindset. Appreciate it. I salute you, true soldiers. Until next time.